Chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
We're going to learn later, if I could show you a cut in half view, we're going to learn later that this sky, anything above the earth, we're gonna get an atmosphere. That almost looks like a guy. We're gonna get an atmosphere, and with the sun out here shooting off radioactive, whatever you call that, the solar winds, we're gonna need an iron core to create a magnetic that will shield us. All right, but for now, he has just created the formless and void earth without speaking a word. I might add, without speaking a word. He hasn't said one word yet. He's got a frozen water planet in the sky, so we know he's got a core, an iron core, maybe molten iron core here, but he's got an iron core in here. The rest of it is frozen water.
And there was light.
Oh,
and
yay.
God saw the light that it was good.
Yay.
And God divided the light from the darkness.
Yep.
And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
Okay.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Very nice. That's,
and God said,
that's the evening. So this is your light in here. This is your darkness out here. I think we kind of got it backwards. This should be, yeah. So we got the darkness out here. So that's your light, because he separated them, right? And there's nothing like else ever made in the universe up to this point, except a frozen water planet warmed by the hovering of the Holy Spirit. Now we've got light in there, and we're going to see what happens with that. John the Apostle wrote of John the Baptist's speaking of the light that came into the world to be inside men. We all know that light is Jesus. Yes, he's Jesus. Jesus is the light of Genesis 1:3. So yes, this is molten. The inside is now molten because he's going to be the light within this that is warming this frozen planet, because the Holy Spirit is hovering above it. We'll see in just a moment. I'm almost sure. Consider the evening, the going away of this light, and the morning, the returning of this light, as the first day. The evening and the morning were the first day. So it's like a heartbeat. This thing is suddenly within the frozen water planet, turned water. It's going away. And then later on, in the morning, it's coming back. The light is coming back. It doesn't, this would be your first sacrifice that Yeshua did, and coming back on the second day. Let's see what happens on the second day.
Without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light."
Very nice. The firmament in the midst of the waters would separate the water above from the water below. This is iron. There would have to be an iron core here to protect from the sun, and because we know the magnetic north and the magnetic south, and we know that that's been slowly moving closer and closer towards the actual north and south, so that we know that there is an iron core protecting us. A molten, probably molten, because it's rotating. Okay. So anyway,
Darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made.
All right. So let there be. We've got this frozen water planet here with an iron core. Let's cut this bad boy into quarters, and see if we can make sense of this. Okay, so he said make a firmament in the midst of these waters, to divide the waters from the waters. So this is a firmament, hard, pounded out rock wheel. Your flat earthers will tell you a rock wheel. Yeah, he made a rock wheel with the rock wheel was up here because there was clouds in those days. Well, no, there was no clouds in those days. Okay, it's giant frozen water planet. There's no earth yet. There's no man. There's no grass. But this is the firmament. This is the soil, dirt. It is mud because it's like in the middle of this water, but it's the firmament.
In the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven.
Oh,
and the
there's your
evening and
heaven.
the morning were the second day.
Okay, hang on a second.
And God said, let the
this is heaven. It's not only the firmament, but it's heaven. So if you're thinking about the different stages of heaven, three heavens, or Paul saw them, okay, it's just anything above the earth. Okay, so God is already telling you that this is like him. Okay, this was him. He created this water planet, but now this is him like dirt, because out of this dirt is going to come man. We are dust. Out of this dirt is going to come animals, critters. Out of the water is going to come fish and birds. So this is very important. But hey, it's all underwater. This firmament has the water divides the water above from the water below. Okay, this black line here, this is all water. This is still water here.
And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament.
And we got our
it was so.
Molten core.
And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning
the
were
going
the second
away
day.
of the light and the coming
And God
back
said,
of the light.
the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind.
No mountains, no oceans, no Gwandaland, no Pangea, just a giant earthen planet with some rivers running through it, but not enough that would evaporate and create weather, for in those days there was no clouds. Rains had not come on the field yet. There's no rainbows till after Noah. There's no clouds. But we've got a molten iron core that is surrounded by the seas gathered into one place. One place, okay? Not like you can put the continents together, okay? It's like there was land from South America to Africa, okay? Like that. The entire planet was ground. But a mist arose. It says, but a mist arose to water the whole of the earth. You flat earthers would say that with the clouds, that's the water above, and the oceans is the water below. Well, I suppose I shouldn't have drawn that in a circle like that. We could have drawn a... You're mistaken the firmament of the heaven where birds fly. Okay. With a sky with clouds. Like, oh, maybe it's only up to that's the firmament of heaven where birds fly. But oh, the heaven of God is above that. Well, that's not in the text. The heaven, it's what it is the sky. He created the earth and the sky. He created the earth and sky without speaking a word. Made the firmament in the middle. Where's my other one? He made the firmament in the middle, separating the waters from the waters. This is water and water. This is an iron core probably, because we need that magnetic field to protect us once the sun was made on the fourth day. But yeah, then it goes to the entire thing is ground. The entire earth is ground. Got a couple rivers running through it. but certainly no clouds, no weather. And so there's your creation.